Welcome back to Lost in Time. Alright, so here is mine or mine?
It's mine.
I wonder what kind of level this will be.
There, I've answered the question. It's mine.
Gotcha.
What a dick. Who carves his face into mountains.
Did he just crush himself?
No, he got in before the boulder for once.
Get 10 of these objects to receive a clock symbol.
Here we are.
Hey, Moylan, I don't suppose you could maybe bust open that rock? No, with a little bit of open sesame?
No.
Alright.
Again, it's my headcanon that Merlin's doing this partially to get back at Bugs for their meeting back then, since I presume this Merlin is someone who's just that meta with his magic that he can recall a time that even Bugs can't recall them meeting and Bugs humiliating him as such.
Indeed. In the meantime, in the days that we've been recording this, and there's a new happening, the Warner Brothers Classics YouTube channel started uploading a couple of old Looney Tunes shorts. They uploaded one of my personal favorites, Duck Amuck, and they also uploaded Broomstick Bunny, aka the debut short of Witch Hazel.
Very nice.
So basically, if you haven't seen the Duck Amuck short, you can watch it on YouTube like literally right now for free, and you can't go wrong with it. It's a masterclass in fourth wall breaking from Chuck Jones.
If I recall correctly, these versions are also upscaled and everything too.
Well, Duck Amuck was already remastered and released on Blu-ray by this point anyway. I'm pretty sure they just took their HD remaster they already had and just put it in there. Duck Amuck was one of the first shorts that they released for the Looney Tunes Golden Collection DVD back in the early 2000s. Mm-hmm. Then later, when they started the Platinum Collection, which is the Blu-ray ones, Duck Amuck was also one of the first ones to get on there. So this short has been available on HD for a while now. That's the thing, like usually when it comes to releasing these things, like on YouTube or in HBO Max, they always rely on shorts that have already been remastered, so they can just copy paste them in there, and that's it. Not have to do any actual work. So, because there's still a good amount of shorts that haven't been retouched upon.
And then there are just the times when fans go, "Screw it, I'll do it myself."
Yeah, like especially with the Censored 11 shorts. Like if we ever want HD restorations of the Censored 11 shorts, yeah, that's gonna have to come from fans. Warner Bros. is gonna keep pretending those shorts don't exist, just like Disney pretends that Song of the South doesn't exist.
That or until they get a leader of management who has the balls.
Is that meant to be a joke? Because you know that scenario is ridiculous as fuck.
Well, you know, when pigs fly eventually.
We're doomed. Alright, so it's very typical Zelda type puzzle. Just put in the exact number of rocks you need so you can keep all the platforms up, basically.
You know, Looney Tunes are no...
Could you imagine no worse than the one we have, Warner Brothers has now?
God, I wonder. I mean, granted, you know the sad thing was it seemed like we had it all good with AT&T. They were being extremely consumer friendly. Only we realized now they were being supposedly consumer friendly in a way that would hurt Warner Brothers as a whole. I.e., hey, here are these movies that are in theaters, but you can also get them in streaming. Like, the stuff they were putting on HBO Max was great. Like, it gave it a ton of stuff for arguably a great bang a buck. But apparently this was all part of some harebrained scheme to eventually make their own new cable service that would be reliant on AT&T.
That's the main reason why the filmmakers making these movies really talked a lot against Warner Brothers because, again, media on streaming is not as profitable as individual, in the case of movies, ticket purchases, or in the case of games, actual individual copy purchases.
I will say, I feel a bit sorry for Warner Brothers because technically, each time this stupid stuff happens, it's technically not them, but the people who have purchased them that are behind it. Like, now, obviously, that is still technically Warner Brothers, but, like, I feel sorry for, like, you know, the people who have been at Warner Brothers through each of these stupid legacies, since, like, at this point, Warner Brothers is kind of like the puppet for whoever sock puppets them, like, you know, AT&T, Ted Turner, and most currently, David Zaslav. Well, okay, technically Discovery, but, you know, David Zaslav is pretty much their avatar of crappiness. Now, granted, if he does just enough to piss off the shareholders, his ass will be out, but for all intents and purposes, he is their Bob Chapek. And I guess I'll give Disney credit, they got rid of Bob Chapek. Although, given that one of Disney's candidates that they're looking at for being new CEO is flipping Andrew.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up.
They've learned.
When I saw that news, I was all like, "You guys, at this point, you just want people to hate you, don't you?"
like, with all respect, Disney, Andrew Wilson has garnered allegations that he may in fact be the devil.
There's that meme / clip of Doug Walker that perfectly applies to this. Which you can't be this stupid. You can't.
I mean. And make no mistake, the Bob Chapek firing is like... Wait, are you in the water or... I guess not.
No, I'm in a barrel. Don't worry, it's just because of the texture wobbling. It was a common problem. Go on.
Go on.
Yeah, it's a common problem in PS1 games. DuckStation does provide tools to try to handle the texture wobbling, but it only works on some games. MGS1 is a case where it actually fortunately works. Go on.
Yeah, for a moment I thought you accidentally landed in the water and it was only pausing your demise by collecting the clock, since it looked like Bugs' feet were in the water. But yeah, no, going back to what I was talking about, the Bob Chapek firing was something so epic because apparently Disney did not want to fire him, obviously, but the abrupt firing caused them to have to give him a severance because he was fired well before his contract was up. Like, that's how bad it was, that Disney were like, okay, pay this man, then boot his ass out. It was that bad. I mean, when you literally garner more booze than cheers at your expos, yeah, that's probably a sign you've screwed up.
See, a lot of these graphical stuff was actually always in the game. There's a lot of PS1 games had these kinds of things. It's just that back in the day when we were playing these games on CRTs at a very low resolution, they were not visible, right? And developers thought, okay, they're not visible, so whatever, it's fine.
You know, if I had a nickel for every Looney Tunes game I've played that involves a minecart level going up against Yosemite Sam, I'd have 2 nickels.
Alright, I screwed up there, so let's kill myself so I can restart.
But yeah, this and Looney Tunes Back in Action both got the idea, yes, we need a minecart stage while doing with Yosemite Sam.
Sure, why not? Okay, so the basic gist of it is you need to hit the target so you can switch the lanes. The red arrow on the top of the screen will tell you where exactly. There you go. You have to do this kind of thing so you can get all of the Acme boxes, because only 1 Acme box is on the outside. All the other 9 Acme boxes are in here in this mine.
Also, for some reason, the track switches to a mix of medieval themes, though.
I guess
they were on to something.
Maybe
I don't know what, but
maybe the rushed nature of the game that we've theorized caused it so that the composer didn't have time to compose a new theme, so he took this one and remixed it, and there you go. Best I can do.
As far as minecart stages go, this one's pretty fine.
It's fine.
Like I said, this is my favorite level in the entire game, so...
Oh, you a fan of minecart levels?
Pretty much.
Alright.
Yeah.
Trouble with the trolley, Pedro.
My favorite with a minecart station was when it goes flipping roller coaster on you.
I'm imagining Daffy Duck saying that to mock Bugs for failing the level. I can't do the voice though, so.
Well, depends if you're talking, because remember, Mel did 2 different types of voices for Daffy. Back in the Bob Clampett era, it was the whole hoo, and it was a more high-pitched voice, especially in the early shorts. But later when Chuck Jones took over and created the now well-known modern Daffy, he went more for the "you're despicable" voice that that is now super iconic. Like I said, I'm as a Looney Tunes connoisseur, I'm personally very grateful to Pete Brongart for bringing back classic Daffy, because yeah, we've had enough Chuck Jones Daffy for a long time. Let's give classic Daffy some love.
When you get down to it, Daffy's kind of a tragic character when you get down to it. Like, he used to be the headliner of
Yeah, he was.
when you think about it before Bugs came about.
There were shorts that even made fun of that. Like the animators agreed with you. That's the thing. But Bugs Bunny was the character that became Warner Bros. Mickey Mouse.
I don't think
Yes.
And yet they chose to make the frog the face of their network when they made one.
I think
that was weird.
I think that was just because somebody at Warner Bros. Was probably a big fan of that frog, maybe.
I mean that'd be like if the Disney Channel had its logo be Donald Duck.
Or Jiminy Cricket. Oh wait.
Remember, actually, Lion King was so popular that they almost did replace Mickey with Simba as their mascot. God, imagine how different things might have been. And like, I do get it. Lion King, there was nothing like Lion King. It was the highest grossing animated movie of all time. Like,
at the time,
it was raking them in bucks. That movie became their somewhat literal attack dog against anyone that tried to compete with Disney. Like, remember, when Swan Princess came about, Disney just so happened to re-release Lion King to put the brakes on any ideas of theatrical competition there.
Oh, sure.
Mind that movie wasn't exactly helping itself.
No, that movie, for all the reasons we've talked about, we have to redo the original trilogy because those commentaries are probably a bit outdated by this point. The original movie.
How many Swan Princess movies?
And trust me, I grew up with the Swan Princess, so it's not like I'm like someone who only watched it later or anything. No, I grew up with that thing. No, that movie aged like sour milk. It really did.
No. I think Doug put it best when he described it as Diet Disney. Mind you, I don't hate the original trilogy of Swan Princess. I feel like they did have something going for them. It's just, it could have been better.
No, but that's the thing, remember, like, it's not even, I will argue it's even worse than just Diet Disney. That's the least of its problems, in my opinion. The fact that, first of all, the whole arranged marriage aspect that never gets called out as a bad thing. The fact that these two characters supposedly are true love, but they have zero chemistry and don't really have a good reason to be in love with each other. And of course the fact that Derek is an absolutely terrible person in the way he handles things. I mean, of course, I get that it's a cliche thing to complain about, but it's a cliche for a reason. The whole "what else is there" line, that line still will forever haunt that movie. Like, it just doesn't age well. It's just not good by today's standards, let's face it.
Ironically, in some regards, one could argue the sequels sort of improved on some of that stuff, but okay, I will say
by basically ignoring that it ever happened. Basically.
Whether you like or loathe the original trilogy, though, can we agree that the CGI sequels may have lost whatever made the originals good?
Oh, sure. I mean, we have commentaries explaining that very point. All right, and there you go, and we got a clock. There you go. We haven't gotten everything yet, but that's okay. We'll come back here later.
And yeah, it's the way it froze before Bugs got into the hole. I thought I was going to be like, wait, did he miss and break his neck?
But you left some stuff behind you. Let me save
It's
your
not like I still enjoy the first one, Princess, better than something like Thumbelina, because when it comes to something like Don Bluth's Thumbelina, that movie is literally the ultimate example of bland Diet Disney incarnate. It's so boring and bland and devoid of anything interesting or worth watching. Like seriously,
At Disney, it
I'll
even
take
has flipping Jodie Benson in it.
I'll take Troll in Central Park over, because at least Troll in Central Park is at the very least a more interesting atrocity to dissect. Thumbelina.
I like the visuals in Thumbelina better than Troy Central.
Oh sure,
Park, to be honest.
oh sure, I understand that too. But Thumbelina bores the shit out of me. To be honest with you, it bores the shit out of me.
I
Anyway,
will say this: Thumbelina is not his worst movie, but I do
No.
agree that Troll in Central Park, which is arguably his worst movie, is a fascinating disaster. But I digress.
It's absolutely, but trust me, no, I will definitely agree as well. There you go. That's what you have to do. And there you go. Now this level is 100% complete. Basically, I decided to take the rest of this part to pick, tie up some loose ends. In fact, let's tie up this loose end from the first Dimension X level. So basically, this is the teleporter that I could have gone through, but I missed it / forgot. So let's do that now. There you go. It just leads you into this particular corner with 2 carrots and 2 golden carrots and a clock, and that's it.
Lovely.
Nothing to write home about, as you can see. And we only are missing one clock. Still missing 1 clock, though.
Okay.
Sorry, camera. Okay,
And
and so
one of those trick platforms.
and here's the final clock that I was missing.
Well, it was a trick teleporter, and Bugs was transported to empty space.
All right, and that's it.
Lovely.
Can the Looney Tunes? Okay, bear in mind I haven't seen every single Looney Tunes show. Can they actually breathe in outer space without a suit?
Great.
Yes,
It varies.
Depends on the
But
short.
most times, yes.
Most of the time, it's just
Duck Dodgers can.
yeah.
Let me save your position.
So, Superman 4, that scene where Superman fires a regular human into space without a suit. Well, actually, no, it was Nuclear Man that did that. But
Alright.
So, it would have been more realistic if he'd have tried to do that with a Looney Tunes character.
All right, everybody. Tune in next time where we complete the game.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right.
ya.
See you then.